Ever feel like you're just unlucky in love? Like everyone around you is finding their person, but you're stuck in a romantic comedy without the happy ending? Well, you're not alone, and it's probably not about luck at all. Today, we read diving deep into the science and statistics behind why some people seem to struggle in the dating world. And trust me, the answers might surprise you and even change the way you see your own love life. So, let's get one thing straight right away. The idea of a soulmate or the one can be pretty damaging. This belief, often called destiny belief, suggests that love is a matter of fate. If you meet the right person, everything will just click perfectly. But a study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who hold strong destiny beliefs are more likely to give up on relationships at the first sign of trouble. They see conflict as a sign that it wasn't meant to be instead of a normal part of building a connection. The reality is, successful relationships aren't found. They're built. They take work, compromise, and a willingness to grow together. Now let's talk about you. Your attachment style, which is formed in early childhood based on your relationship with your caregivers, plays a huge role in your adult relationships. There are generally 4 types: secure, anxious, avoidant, and disorganized. If you have a secure attachment style, you're usually comfortable with intimacy and confident in your relationships. But if you have an anxious style, you might crave closeness but constantly worry about your partner leaving. An avoidant style means you might feel suffocated by intimacy and prefer to keep people at a distance. And a disorganized style can be a mix of both anxious and avoidant behaviors. Research consistently shows that people with insecure attachment styles, that anxious and avoidant, report lower relationship satisfaction and more breakups. The good news? You're not stuck with your attachment style forever. Through self-awareness and therapy, you can work towards what's called earned security. Another major factor is what psychologists call mate value. This isn't just about looks. It's a combination of things like your physical attractiveness, social status, resources, and personality. We all have a certain mate value, and we tend to subconsciously seek partners with a similar value. Here's where it gets tricky. Sometimes there's a mismatch between who we think we deserve and who is realistically in our league. This is often fueled by social media, which gives us a distorted view of reality. We see curated images of perfect couples and start thinking that's the norm. This can lead to having unrealistically high standards. A study on online dating found that users often pursue partners who are, on average, 25% more desirable than themselves. When everyone is aiming for the top tier, it creates a lot of competition at the top and leaves many people feeling rejected and overlooked. And speaking of rejection, how you handle it is critical. Rejection-sensitive dysphoria, or RSD, is an extreme emotional sensitivity to perceived or real rejection. For people with RSD, even a small setback like an unreturned text can feel like a devastating blow. This can create a vicious cycle. You fear rejection, so you avoid putting yourself out there. When you do, any hint of rejection confirms your worst fears, making you even more hesitant next time. It's not about being weak. It's a real neurological response. Learning to reframe rejection is key. Instead of seeing it as a reflection of your worth, see it as a matter of incompatibility. Not everyone is going to be a good fit for you, and that's perfectly okay. Let's also consider something called the paradox of choice. You'd think that having more options on dating apps would make it easier to find someone, right? Wrong. Psychologist Barry Schwartz argues that having too many choices can lead to decision paralysis and anxiety. When you're swiping through hundreds of profiles, you start to commodify people. You're always wondering if someone better is just one swipe away. This can make it incredibly difficult to commit to anyone because you're haunted by the what-ifs. You might go on a great date, but your brain is already thinking about the other 10 matches waiting for you. This often leads to a series of short-lived, superficial connections rather than a deep, meaningful one. Our own mindset also plays a massive role. Do you have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset when it comes to love? A fixed mindset says, "I'm just bad at relationships." It assumes your skills and personality are set in stone. A growth mindset, on the other hand, says, "I can learn and improve." People with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to get better. They learn from past mistakes, work on their communication skills, and believe in their ability to build a healthy relationship. If you've been telling yourself a story that you're unlucky in love, that story becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You start acting in ways that confirm that belief, like sabotaging good relationships or avoiding intimacy altogether. So, what can we actually do about all this? It starts with a shift in perspective. First, ditch the idea of luck and fate. Take ownership of your love life. This doesn't mean blaming yourself, but empowering yourself. Understand that you have agency. Second, get to know yourself. What's your attachment style? What are your non-negotiables, and where can you be more flexible? Self-awareness is your greatest tool. Maybe take a break from dating apps to reset your perspective and escape the paradox of choice. Focus on building a life you love on your own first. Pursue hobbies, strengthen friendships, and work on your own goals. When you're happy and fulfilled on your own, you radiate a different kind of energy. You become a magnet for healthy, secure people, not because you're trying to attract them, but because you're living an attractive life. And finally, be kind to yourself. Dating is hard. Rejection is part of the process. It's not a reflection of your worth. Every no you encounter is just data that's guiding you closer to the right. Yes, if you feel like you're stuck in a cycle you can't break, consider talking to a therapist. They can provide tools and insights to help you navigate your patterns and build healthier relationship habits. Remember, the goal isn't just to find a partner. It's to become a person who is capable of sustaining a happy, healthy, and loving relationship. And that journey starts with you. Thanks so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on the psychology of life and love. See you next time.